regular meeting of the Carrabelle City Commission. It is Thursday, September 4th at 6 p.m. in the Carrabelle City Hall chambers. Please stand for the prayer and Pledge of Allegiance.
Let us pray. Most worshipful Heavenly Father, great architect of the universe, again, we're here before you tonight, thanking you for the many gifts and wisdom that you provide us on a daily basis, the guidance you give us. And we ask tonight that you continue to give us your wisdom and guidance and our patience with each other in our discussions here tonight, and guide us as we move forward for the betterment of the city of Carrabelle. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, has everyone had a chance to look over the August 7th and August 11th meeting minutes and attorney's invoices?
Yes. I motion to approve August 7th, August 11th, and the minutes and the attorney's invoices.
I'll second that motion.
Okay. We have a motion by Commissioner Pedrick, second by Commissioner Walden. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And that motion carries. Okay, we will now move to public comment. Each speaker will have 3 minutes. This is a time for comments on city business. Personal attacks, defamatory remarks, or slander will not be permitted. If comments go in that direction, I will step in and conclude the speaker's time. Thank you for helping us keep this meeting respectful and productive. Ms. Courtney?
We'll go in the order they were received.
Okay.
We did receive a request email before the meeting from Danny Floyd.
Okay. Mr. Floyd, if you'd like to speak up to the, or step up to the microphone.
I'm Danny Floyd. Good evening, everyone. I have 2 comments. First comment is regarding government officials and public conduct. I'm sure that we will all agree that becoming intoxicated in public is unbecoming. Similarly, a government official should be aware of the possible appearance of impropriety when associating with a person known to engage in any illegal activity. Second comment refers to the presence of a known local drug dealer operating as a food vendor at the Carrabelle Lighthouse and Playground. That represents unnecessary risk and compromises public safety. Thank you all for your time and consideration.
Thank you.
I have some other public comment. Do y'all want to speak on that? Or
I'm going to just roll with Mr. Commissioner Millender's prayers. We all keep peace here tonight.
all right, as long as they don't want to speak on his comment, then we'll move on. Our next comment is Renee and Joel Gill.
Renee and Joel.
My name is Renee, and this is my husband Joel, and we purchased the property at 1002 Northwest Avenue C. Belonged to my great-great aunt and grandmother, and it's been in our family for 80 years, and we're building a house here, hopefully to retire and enjoy Carrabelle and contribute to it.
Ma'am, will you check and see if your microphone is on? It has a button.
There? I don't know where.
It should be right
front.
here on the bottom. Yeah, right there.
There you go.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm just going to read the letter that I submitted to the city of Carrabelle, or part of it. As the current owners of 1002 Northwest Avenue C, we have found it difficult to access our property for our personal use, specifically access needed for the construction of our home, which was permitted by the city of Carrabelle. Due to the fact that property owners of 1012 Northwest Avenue C have constructed an accessory structure, a chicken coop, in the 15-foot alleyway between the 2 properties, and the fact that the alleyway is used as a private driveway and parking area by the property owners, we've been forced to delay construction and find less convenient ways of accessing our back and side yards. Code 7.08.01 states that an accessory structure shall not be located on any easement, and a 5-foot setback measured from the lot line must be maintained. Additionally, an accessory structure shall not be permitted in any required front, secondary front, side, or rear yard setback. In addition, the accessory structure, the chicken coop, creates a noise problem due to the placement of the structure. Noise, as defined by the Carrabelle City Code of Ordinance, is any sound which annoys or disturbs humans or tends to cause an adverse psychological effect on humans. Due to the accessory structure, the chicken coop, being located outside of ordinance setback requirements and within 15 feet of our bedroom, our peace is disrupted by the crowing of roosters at random times of the day and night. Section 34-61 Noise Violation Ordinance Prohibition states, "Nor shall anything be placed, constructed, or maintained that would in any way constitute a nuisance to adjacent property owners, residents, or to the community." In addition, since then, we've also have chicken eggs in our side yard that are broken, so. But we'd like to just have this issue solved peacefully and neighborly and within the law, just so we can progress with the building of our home in just a peaceful, ordinary fashion. And don't want to cause any hard feelings about it. And I do realize that if you have contiguous property, then this wouldn't be an issue, but there's definitely 2 different property owners in this circumstance. So,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
You wanna say something?
Next, I have Ms. Teresa
I think
Adams.
Mr. Hartman wants to add a little something.
Sorry, that was
Guilt.
Ms. Gill. So, sorry, Ms. Gill, have you followed up with the code enforcement officer?
I haven't been in, once we submitted the letter, we have not heard anything back, so we don't know what to do at this point.
Okay, and when you say submitted the letter for this meeting? Or did you submit a letter of complaint?
A letter of complaint
Okay,
online.
okay.
And I've not heard anything back, so I don't know what to do.
No, that's fine. So it's in the queue
Okay, we
and,
got it.
yes, so,
Thank you.
yeah, very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have Ms. Teresa Adams with the food pantry.
Good evening. I just want to thank the City of Carrabelle and the mayor and all those that volunteer their time for the food pantry. It's a weekly distribution, at least pretty much 50 weeks a year, rain or shine. We are requesting funding again this year, and with your support in the past, we have received $12,000 a year, but we're going to respectfully ask for 15 this year. You know, food is expensive, and we have quite a few families that are signed up and that come pretty much weekly. So we were just asking for more this year.
Thank you. We are in the budget stages right now, finalizing everything. So as soon as we get that final, I'll let you guys know. But
Okay,
thank
for
you
your
so
time.
much for all you do.
All right, thank you.
Is that it? Okay. Next, we'll move on to commissioner reports. Commissioner Pedrick?
Thank you. On July 29th, I met with Franklin County Commissioner Ward and discussed the county roads in Carrabelle to include Ryan Drive, County Road 30, and 67. I'm going to focus on Ryan Drive because there seems to be a lot of controversy of Ryan Drive. Ms. Ward went back and did some research and consulted with the county attorney, Mr. Schuler, and the advice that was given was the only way to resolve this would actually be to take it to court and let a judge rule. But Commissioner Ward feels like, that, and I feel like that would be a waste of taxpayers' money. So the city and the county has worked together in the past with issues on Ryan Drive, and such as the culvert repair, and Commissioner Ward hopes to continue that relationship. So it sounds like they're willing to work with us on Ryan Drive instead of the other waste of money.
Yeah.
We also discussed Weems and the extended hours and Saturdays. The reform for the surtax specifically states an urgent care for Carrabelle, as agreed in the 2007 clearly states that the first use of the infrastructure portion of the sales tax proceeds will be used to construct an urgent care facility and diagnostic, radiational, and lab services within the city of Carrabelle, with extended weekday and weekend hours. I dropped by Weems this week, or excuse me, last week, and I specifically asked a question: are you open on weekends? The answer is no. So I know that this conversation is going to come up in the future, and I want to make sure that what was promised to Carrabelle in 2007 is actually done. And the last thing we discussed was animal control as well. And discussing it with Ms. Ward and seeing the documents, that is a costly program to run. So it is, the funding that it gets from both Apalachicola and Carrabelle is vital to run that program. And I would like to thank Commissioner Ward for her time meeting with me and the time she took to research and follow up. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Walden?
I have nothing tonight.
Commissioner Millender?
I have nothing.
Commissioner Gray?
Nothing this time, Mayor.
Okay. And mine is very short. We've been busy with budgets and all my board meetings, so I don't have anything to report specifically right now, except for tomorrow is First Friday in downtown Carrabelle. The shops and businesses will be open later from 5 to 8 p.m. There will be live music at Rio Carrabelle and Fathoms, and the restaurants typically have some great specials as well. So come out, have fun, and all your friends will be there. Okay, staff reports. First is our city attorney, Mr. Hartman.
I have none.
Thank you. Next is our city administrator.
We will need to reschedule our public hearing that we were going to have on the rate increase. We're not going to be ready by September the 11th, so we'll schedule a date sometime in the future. We're not in a big hurry. We just want to make sure that we have everything right and that we don't have to keep coming back and changing it. And then Sabrina sent me, Mayor Brown sent me an email this afternoon, and it was from Team Franklin. And they have appointed the Franklin County Commissioners have appointed a new Franklin County Economic Development Council. And they're asking both of the cities, the city of Carrabelle and the city of Appalachia, to appoint a business member from our community to sit on that board. So if you guys have any recommendations for anyone that y'all would like to reach out to, try to get them to do that, then.
And Attorney Schuler is working with them to get all the paperwork finalized, to get it going. So they are requesting that we let them know who our appointee would be as soon as possible. And I just found all this out today. But if you have any ideas of a business owner in the community who you think would be a good representation for our county's EDC, please let Ms. Courtney know as soon as possible. This is extremely important because we know what can happen if things like
But
that
these
are in
guys
the
do
wrong
need to
hands.
vote on it, so y'all all agree, so it would have to come back before the next meeting unless y'all have someone in mind tonight.
Well, I haven't even had a chance to talk to anyone, so I don't want to throw out any names. Yeah. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
That was all I have.
Okay. All right. Our city clerk is out, not feeling well tonight, but Courtney, will you be handling her dates that she goes over with us? I can do it if you don't know them.
We have a city commission meeting,
You want me to do it?
if you have them right there.
Okay, I do. Okay, so the next meeting, we have a budget hearing at 5:01 p.m. on Thursday, September 11th. Our next CRA meeting is Tuesday, September 16th at 3:30 p.m. The P&Z meeting is Thursday, September 18th at 2 p.m. I'm not sure if there's anything on the agenda, but Ms. Keisha can clarify that when she's back. And then we have the budget final hearing on Tuesday, September 23rd at 5:01 p.m. And then our next city commission meeting will be October 2nd at 6 p.m. I'm pretty sure that's everything. Okay. Okay, next up is Inovia, and we have Miss Demi here.
Okay, so we are beginning the design work
for the additional customers through vacuum sewer for Lanark East and West. East is done, so this is West. The grant is extended till September 30th of 2026. All is going really well with that. Let's see. Like Courtney said, we are working on the water and sewer. We're looking at that 5-year, and we started with the 7-year last week, just looking at how we can adjust those rates. Let's see. The Baywood was approved, and we need to pass the resolution, which I believe is on tonight's agenda. Okay, great. And then we'll just do a task order for us to do the design for that, and we can get that going. So on to, there's not really much news. 6, 7, and 8 are kind of the same. As far as grant awards go, we did get awarded for drinking water SRF. This is for the installation of well 5. Right now, we're just in the planning and design phase. So we have a 50% principal forgiveness for that, and it's $180,000. We need to, a motion to approve with proceeding for the loan application would be awesome, and that way we can go ahead and get started on that.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Do we need to, do we have, so Ms. Timmy's asking for a motion to approve proceeding with the loan application process to FDEP.
I'll make that motion. To approve.
I'll second that motion to approve.
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Millender, second by Commissioner Gray. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And that motion carries.
Okay, great. So we submitted some hurricane-funded projects. DEP was supposed to go over them in their August meeting. However, since they had so many, they still were reviewing. Those have been postponed till their November meeting, and I will be attending just to see where we fall on the listing. Just wanted to let you guys know. And then the award is just to be determined since it's lagging. We did submit to Florida Commerce for a water facilities plan and a wastewater facilities plan, which are imperative for any SRF. It just, you don't have to do the planning portion. You can skip that. They are still waiting on the award, but I have followed up, and they were keeping in touch with me, so I'll let you guys know. We did submit last week for the Resilient Florida program. This is for any stormwater problems, any stormwater issues, the design. It's the vulnerability assessment, which will be great for Carrabelle, and then an adaptation plan, which will go ahead and start that design process. Tomorrow, we submit the 2 applications, one for stormwater and one for wastewater, to the Rural Infrastructure Fund. One of those is going to be targeting both Ryan Drive and Gulf Ave, and the second is targeting the master vacuum station replacement and upgrading the valve pits at Ho-Hum RV Park so that they're in the right-of-way and they're easier to maintain for the city of Carrabelle. We are following up with the FWC funding for Avenue C, the overflow boat ramp. That'll open in January. The last thing on our list is there's a new opportunity through EPA for waters not attaining standards. So basically just any water quality issues. So we are going to be submitting for Lanark Southwest Phase 1. It's 100% grant funding, and it's septic to sewer. And that area doesn't have any water or sewer.
Thank you. Does anyone have any questions?
Lots of work going on. Good job.
Thank you.
Ask for all that money.
We like the money too.
All right. Next is our advisory board reports. Did you have a question, Steve? Okay. First up is Ms. Tamara with the Waterfront Partnership.
Get Steve. There you go.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Hi there. I hope you can hear me better. I'm supposed to have better oxygen now that I've got oxygen going on, so hopefully it'll be better. It's been a very interesting month. It's been full of grant things, and one of the things that I'm sure you're aware of if you've driven by the Carrabelle History Museum is that we got a facelift. we're not quite done with our facelift, but we got an infrastructure grant from the TDC, and we were able to get the front of the building pressure washed and painted, and using those, the same historical colors that they used on the old Capitol. That's what they used to paint that building originally, but it had gotten a little dingy looking, so now it looks all pretty again. And the sign was wearing out, so we now have a new sign that went up today. We have to touch it up a little bit with some paint around the wood part, but the sign itself is fixed up, and you have to come to the building and go upstairs. We have 40 what do you call those? Like track lighting with the pots, 40 new lights shining everywhere, and in a room that had virtually no light. So all of a sudden you can oh my gosh, you can see stuff. And it's really a huge improvement that we were thrilled to get. And so it's our, we do have yet to have one of those really big limbs is now interfering with the operation of the elevator. So we're waiting for the folks to come and cut that enormous limb off before it's too late. So we're really thrilled to have that almost finished, and worked out really nice with the TDC. So we expect to have that all wrapped up and paid for and paid back and everything in plenty of time for before the money dries up. Our other exciting thing we're doing at the History Museum is on the 20th of this month, we are having, along with the Lighthouse and Camp Gordon Johnson, Museum Day, which is something they started years ago with the Smithsonian. And the Smithsonian stopped doing it during COVID, but it worked so beautifully here that we just have continued it on, and the TDC is helping us with that. And we have special programming going on free of charge in all the museums, and they'll be a part of that annual Museum Day celebrations. And we go through the museum and take what we already have and try to create some kind of special exhibit highlighting something. And this year, it's called Signals and Stories, Communications Across Time. So it will cover all kinds of interesting things that are in our museum, as well as the others, I'm sure. And we'll be not only focusing on storytelling, which is a big part of what happens at the museum, but we'll also be looking at our vintage postcards and our community signals that we've used through the years. So I think it'll be a very interesting day at the History Museum and the other ones as well. And it's free, open to the public, and we're delighted to have people there. And they're going to be exercise games, I guess you'd call it, like a bingo game where if you go around and you find all these things, you get a prize. It's especially good for young people.
Fun.
And I will say, this week, someone who's lived here all their life that I've encouraged to come to the museum all these years, they had never put their foot in the door. And yesterday, they brought their entire family, and they thought it was fabulous. And they've lived here the whole time, but they had never been in the building. They got family all over the wall, in the yearbooks, everywhere, and they're just blown away. So we're hoping more people will take a moment and come down. We've got the first Mocs, the first Milliners, the first Massey's, the first everybody's pictures up on the wall there. So the other thing, once again, I want to remind you that the morning of September 20th, from 8:30 to 11:30, is the International Coastal Cleanup. And we've been doing this for about 20-something years now. And we need people to bring us trash from the land, bring us trash from the water, and go along the coast and pick up trash. And we have an abundance of trash that always needs picking up. And so anytime you can, it's great for kids. They can do it for 30 minutes or an hour, and they make a real contribution. And if we can pick up a ton, literally we have a dumpster, if we can put a ton of garbage in there, we are just so blessed because it's free dumping, and it's all a part of a really big national effort. So I would encourage you all to come out yourselves. We'll give you a bag and some water and some directions, and you can throw a bag in for the good of the cause. So, or sneak one from home and put it in there. We just need to really get the garbage out of our community. Okay. I think that's all I had on my list, so thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Ms. Tamara.
Ms. Tamara,
Yes,
where will the dumpster be and where will people need to come out to?
that's a great question. The fishing pavilion on Marine Street. We'll put a big green dumpster there, and we'll just be there starting about 8 o'clock with water and signing people up.
Awesome, thank you.
I don't know what color the T-shirts will be, but they're usually nice. So anyway, come on out.
Repeat the date, would you?
So it's the 20th, Saturday the 20th, from 8:30 in the morning until 11:30. And there'll also be another group doing it out at Carrabelle Beach. But we're really focused on the city of Carrabelle area, and Lanark does it too. So look for your folks and get her done. Thanks.
Thank you.
Sure.
Okay, next we have Steve Allen from the Lighthouse Association.
Hello, I'm Steve Allen from the Carrabelle Lighthouse Association. When you asked before, I said I just had a couple things, but I thought of a couple more, so I'll try to make it quick. First of all, I want to acknowledge that we had a really great weekend last weekend. The Fins on the Forgotten Coast, Fins Up on the Forgotten Coast was the first sort of county-wide music concert series, and it went on for several days. We were the only public event of all the events. We had a nice crowd. Unfortunately, the weather was a little inclement, and we were up against an FSU game, and that probably did as much damage as anything around here. We usually get a lot of folks from Tallahassee. So Innovia, we appreciate their sponsorship. It helped the Carrabelle Lighthouse Association participate in that event, and we look forward to hopefully having that come again next year. Music concerts are very popular, and they can drive a lot of tourism, and this county could have one of the best. So, you know, hopefully over the years it will grow. So we're cheering those folks on. Then I want to talk a little bit about our project, the infrastructure grant project. We're coming to the end of this year's project. I don't know if you've been out lately, but we have new fence rows and a new front retaining wall in front of the lighthouse. Marion has been working way beyond too many hours out there in the heat of the sun, making sure those poor little flowers try to grow in the middle of August. But they're coming along, and we have infrastructure was put in this week with some electrical and some plumbing, water, which we've needed forever for all of our events and things that go on. Really glad to have water and adequate electricity at the pavilion, as well as other parts of the park, and that will really help with all of our events. But one announcement, it's never too early to get ready for Lantern Fest. Get your glue guns out, your bedazzlers, put some lights on, some costumes, and come on out and celebrate. It's on November the 8th. It's our 130th birthday celebration for the Lighthouse. 130 years, that's quite amazing. Right? Yeah,
Hey.
yeah.
Super moon.
And it's a super moon.
Super moon, and it's a full moon, so we're gonna have a really good one.
So dress up. I know that you will be there, but encourage anyone to kind of light up their costumes and come on out. It really is a fantastic night, and people come. I've been there when we've had people come from Kansas City, And I wanted to give them their money back. I'm like, oh, you drove all the way for that event. And I'm like, oh my God, you drove all the way. Our advertising does too good sometimes. But they were like, no, this is great. Oh, we love this. So I was like, all right. And then finally, just a note about the budget workshops. And I'm sorry, I probably could have done this just talking to you all. But for several years, the lighthouse needs to be painted. And I know we've gotten some prices, but it really does need to be painted. I mean, we hate to see that building get further rotted and destroyed. It hasn't been painted since it was built in 2007, and it really needs a good coat of paint. And then there's a couple of trees that are deep in the woods, but that are really need to be taken care of, and we've talked about that before. So if y'all want any detail on that, I will be glad to help with that. And thank you all so much. Appreciate all that you do.
Thank you, Steve.
Any questions? All right, thank you.
Okay, we'll move on to our public hearing for Resolution 04-2025 for Baywood Drive. And Mr. Hartman, are you handling that one?
Yes.
Okay.
So this is resolution number 04-2025. It's a resolution of the City Commission of the City of Carrabelle, Florida, authorizing the submission of an application for the Municipal Small County Outreach Program, MSCOP, to the Florida Department of Transportation. Whereas the City of Carrabelle owns and maintains streets and associated right-of-ways within its jurisdiction, and whereas the City of Carrabelle is designated as a rural area of opportunity under Section 288.06567A Florida statutes as a small disadvantaged community, adequately addressing significant existing unimproved and deteriorated street conditions places a financial hardship on the City of Carrabelle and its citizens. And whereas this funding shortfall creates a negative impact on both public and private development, creates potential threat to public safety, and threatens to negatively affect the economic sustainability of the City of Carrabelle. Now therefore be it resolved by the City Commission of the City of Carrabelle, Florida, that the City of Carrabelle hereby endorses as high priority infrastructure projects the improvements to Baywood Drive. Number two, the City of Carrabelle hereby authorizes submission of a FDOT Municipal Small County Outreach Program MSCOP project applications for funding and is grateful for this opportunity. Number three, the mayor is hereby authorized to execute all documents required in connection with the preparation and submission of said applications.
One motion. I'll make the motion to approve Resolution 04-2025 and authorize the mayor to sign the appropriate documents.
I'll second.
Okay, is there any discussion? I just want to add that this is a project that we've been trying to find funding for years. It was way beyond our means to be able to afford it as a city. And at the last session, not this one we just had, but the one before that, our state legislators and senators approved the appropriation for fully funding this project. And I cannot thank them enough because it's desperately needed and it's only getting worse. So with that, all for this motion?
Aye.
Any opposed? And that motion carries. Yes, okay. We have one item of new business, and that is to appoint a board to review our lobbyist bids. We recently sent out a RFQ for lobbyists. I believe we had 3 bids come in, and we need to appoint a board to review those bids and decide on who would be the most qualified. How many members of this board do we need?
3 would be enough.
3? Okay. And as suggested, I've spoken to Ms. Courtney, and I think it would be appropriate if she's on the board, one of us commissioners, and then from Inovia, I believe Mr. Travis Wade. So I know I'm on a ton of boards, and I'm not trying to hog all of them up. So please, if you guys would like to take this one on.
I spoke with Mr. Wade, and Mr. Wade has said that he could work around my schedule and meet me here to work on that with him, so I'd be willing to do that.
Okay. do we need a motion to appoint the board members, or how do we go about that one?
Sure, yes.
Okay, so if someone would, if you all agree, someone could make a motion to appoint Commissioner Pedrick, Ms. Millender, and Mr. Wade. Or we're up for other discussions if you have different ideas.
I would like to make the motion to approve the three stated for the board.
Okay, do we have a second?
I'll second.
All right, that's a motion by Commissioner Gray. Sorry, I'm taking notes. And a second by Commissioner Millender. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And that motion carries. Thank you very much, Mr. Patrick. Okay, we have one item under old business, and that's discussion and possible action regarding the cemetery, and that was requested by Mr. George Emsweiler.
Hey,
Good, Mr. Gordon.
So in the past meetings, we've had some discussions and some reviews of what we might change, what we might not change over there. What we were looking for is there gonna be an emotion to say that we agree with what we're doing, or should we move on with what's going on? We had a lot of nods from the last couple of meetings, like everybody's agreeing with it. We just don't see the agreement before we just keep moving.
I believe at the last meeting when we discussed this, we agreed we're gonna move forward with phase one, and we had
Correct.
adjusted it as we all agreed on, and that was the next step. That will give us a few years to look into finding another piece of property.
That's correct.
I know you and Mr. Steve said you were gonna look at other options and bring them to us to discuss, and I think that's pretty much where we left it.
There was like a 12-foot buffer and everything.
We
along
added
with
that.
it.
Right, it was the adjusted phase one.
Right.
Where we moved the grave sites over just a tad.
Yep. So we're all gonna agree with that, or?
That's already been done, right? That movement of the grave sites and everything's already been completed for phase one,
I
correct?
believe it's
Yes,
gone to
we-
engineering and,
Yeah, Russell's already,
right.
yeah, okay. Very good. Thank you.
Steve's got a copy of that, but I think what they're asking for is they want it in a form of a motion.
I don't think we need a motion. We already re-engineered it, and I think it was pretty clear last time that it's gonna take a few years to fill up phase one, and that's plenty enough time without a motion for find another piece of property and do what we need to do. So I don't think there's any need for a motion.
So what happens in another year or two, and then we decide that y'all don't wanna go that route? So is my time wasted, or are we all?
We
all
have
good?
no need to move on with phase two until we're at least half full. And that would still be in, I'd say, 3 to 5 years at the soonest. So that's, I mean, I don't see that we need a motion for it either, because we have plenty of time. But if it drags out for 5 or 6 years and we haven't found a resolution, then we're going to need to proceed with our original plan with the land that we currently have.
Gotcha, that's what I was looking for. Thank you.
Did anyone want to add anything to that, or is there any questions? I know it was a lot of information through the months and months and months we've discussed this, so I just want to make sure I got it right. Okay. Anything else this evening? All right, motion to adjourn.